Alright, hello everyone, Amanda here with Eclectic Scribbles and welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the little notifications bell down there in the corner, and that will let you know each and every time I upload new content. I upload new videos on every Tuesday and every Friday in addition to the daily vlog. Moving right along, today's video is going to be the second in the How to Bullet Journal series, and in the first video we went over different types of journals and different styles of journals, and today, I don't know if you can guess, but we're gonna go over pens and the pens that you need in order to start journaling, bullet journaling, any kind of journaling really, and then all the extras if you're someone like me who likes to have all the things. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. What kind of pen do you need, not want, need to start a bullet journal? And the answer to that question is any pen. Any pen you have on hand that has ink in it is perfectly suitable to start your bullet journal. It can be one of these, it can be one of these, it can be anything with ink in it. And if you don't have an ink pen, how about using a pencil? That is all you need. Anything that will write will get you to where you can start your bullet journal. My absolute favorite pen, favorite brand of pen is the Pigma Microns, and this is what I use as my daily writer every single day in my bullet journal. I use almost exclusively black ink for my planning. I don't know if that'll ever change, but I like to use the 01 size for my daily writing. I like to use like the 03 and things like that for the outlines of some of my boxes, some of my illustrations, to give the different line weight variances in there. But these are the pens that I use most often. Anytime I reach for a pen to write in my journal, you are going to see me reach for one of these. But that is just my personal preference. All of this is going to be my opinion, and yours may differ. You may like the feel of a gel pen rather than a felt tip pen to write with. It is completely up to you. So whatever works for you is what you should go with. Alright, so with that being said, and the fact that you can use any pen, any pencil you want at all to get started, let's jump into some of the favorites if you'd like to go out and get some of the things or all of the things, you know. So I don't advise buying all of the things because you don't have to be a hoarder like I am, but I'm going to go through some of my favorites here. This is my travel bag, and this is what I picked up from, I think it was Hobby Lobby. It's just a cute little black and white bag with this cute little floral pattern on it because I like botanical line drawing. This sort of just fit my personality perfectly, and this is what I take with me on the go. So in it are some of the pens that I reach for on the regular when I am doing things in my bullet journal. And this bag right here is going to be a definite carry with me when I leave for Plannerland and any other convention starting next week. So I'm going to go through some of the pens in here, and it's going to include several of the popular brands. These obviously are your Tombow dual brush pens, and I don't think this is the full set. I think I've pulled a couple out here and there. In fact, I've got one of the grays sitting over here because I use it daily. But these are my Tombow dual brush pens. They are great for coloring things in, doing calligraphy and lettering. They have the brush tip on one end and they have the bullet nib on the other end. If you would like a more in-depth look at any specific pen that I happen to go over today, then let me know down in the comments below and I will do a pen test and review on that specific set of pens for you. So these are the Tombow dual brush pens, and right down here separating some of my more often used colors, like my pastels over here, are these Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens. And these are also brush pens. They're only going to have the one side. Let me grab this and pull it open for you. I don't use these a whole lot, but they do work real well for coloring in. The brush nib on it is going to be a lot smaller than that of the Tombow. Let me pull that back out here for you so that you can see the tip difference on those. And this is going to be a little sturdier, where the Faber-Castell is going to have a little bit more give to it, but still very pigmented, very, very, very nice pens to work with. And they come in several sets like this, in 6-packs. My Hobby Lobby, I know, has, I think, all of them open stock so that you can buy each pen individually. They come in a variety of size packs as well. So just I will try to link as many of these pens in the description box below so that you know where to find them as I can. Alright, these are comparable to the Tombows. These are my Marvy plume 2 pens, and they are also dual-ended. You're going to get the brush nib and a small fine liner with these, which I really like. I happen to really like these pens. If you want a cheap alternative to the Tombows, these, while they don't have the range of colors that Tombow offers, they are still a really good pen. They're slightly less pigmented because they are cheaper, and you are going to get what you pay for with pens, as with anything else. But it is a really good pen. It's got a really good brush nib on this end. It's a little bit firmer than the Tombow, which makes it a little bit easier to control actually for beginners. And this little fine liner nib on this side is really great because I don't use bullet nibs a whole lot, so the fact that this is brush and fine liner really came in handy. So I absolutely love these pens, and I absolutely recommend these Marvys as an alternative to the Tombows. Alright, so these right here are just my local Hobby Lobby brand of gel pen in metallic, neon, I want to say glitter, and pastel. So these two small ones are 12 packs. That's the metallic. This is the neon here. I have a weird obsession with trying to keep all of my things straight, and so this is driving me crazy. This is driving me crazy right now that this isn't exactly back where it was. But anyway, all right, and this is the pastel and glitter pens. I really like these gel pens. They feel really good in your hand. They write really well, and I really like the glitter and the metallic ones. They're just really nice with all of the different colors. All right, so that is going to take care of this half of my little bag. So down in here, we have things like jelly rolls. This is the glitter only jelly roll, so it doesn't actually write with a color. It just writes with glitter over top of things, which I think is super cute. I have no idea how to say this. I'm going to call them slices for Pentel, but that is right here. Slicey, slissy, I have no idea. This is the 0.25 millimeter in red. These pens write really, really well, and they are super fine tipped for a gel pen. So I absolutely love these things. I have them in several colors and several sizes. This is the 0.8 millimeter in metallic green. The nib on it is going to be a little bit wider, so that's more of a medium. The blue is also a 0.8, and these are metallics also. These write so well. I got these from my Hobby Lobby. I'm sure that you can find them on Amazon. I will link them if I can find them in the description box. This is an orange in the 0.25. Look at how thin that nib is. They write so well. So if you like gel pens, but the nibs on something like a paper may not be really fine enough for you, I recommend these. I love these. Alright, what else do we have in here? We have some Pentel Sunburst Metallics. This is the silver. There's a gold in here. Yep, a gold. These are the medium nibs. I've got some gold marker, silver marker, you know, for just little extra bits. I like metallics. And let's see, what else do we have in here? I've got a Pen Touch fine point pen in white for highlighting. So these are just a combination of everything. This is a Reminisce pen, which is just another brand from, or another version of a white gel pen. This one's from Marvy. It's the 1mm tip. So all of those things. This right here is the, is it Maped? Yep, Maped graph pens, extra fine. This is a 0.4mm fine liner. These write really well. Slightly cheaper alternative to something like your Staedtlers over here. They don't bleed through that often, depending upon your notebook. I want to stress this right now. If you are using a new pen in your journal, make sure that you run to the back and do a pen test before you dive right in. All notebooks are going to behave differently to each pen and how they soak up the ink. So before taking out your new pens and jumping into page 5 of your journal, go to the back and test it on your pen test page so that you know how that pen is going to react to your paper. I cannot tell you how many pages that I have accidentally messed up because I forgot to do my pen test first when I started out. So that is something that I always do now. Alright, next up we have the Zebra mild liners. I have 3 of the 4 packs because I don't want to buy the 3 packs again to get the elusive 4th pack that you can only seem to find with the other 3, which is a little bit annoying because I want all the things. But the mild liners are great. They're a little bit lighter than highlighters in most cases. They come in a variety of colors that most highlighters don't come in. These are dual-ended. You are going to get your regular everyday highlighter tip, and then you are also going to get your little bullet nib on this end, which is great for just regular fine lines and adding a little bit of highlight to things without that big bold stroke. So this is the little pink set, which is more of your regular everyday sort of highlighter colors. Then you have the blue set with the gray, purple, some darker colors. They're just a little bit easier on the eyes than a lot of regular highlighter colors. And then we have this set here, which has a weird brown that I rarely ever use in it, and then these colors. So those are 3 of the 4 sets. I will get that 4th set one way or another. Alright, these here are going to be, see if I can open this up. Here we go. Our Sharpie pens. This is just a 10 pack, I believe. Is it a 10? 12 pack. It's a 12 pack. A 12 pack of Sharpie pens, and these are fine liners made by Sharpie, like your Staedtlers, your Mapeds, anything else, and they are going to react differently on papers as well. Some of these have bled through on certain journals, whereas some of them, you know, some of the journals stand up really well to these pens, so it just depends on your journal. Pen test, pen test, pen test. Alright. Moving up here, there I have a couple of more white pens. This is a Recollections pen. I've got another silver. That's Recollections. I've got an extra lead pencil up here for sketching. And then we have the Papermate Ink Joys. These are the 0.7 tip, and these are really, really good gel pens. These are some of the gel pens that I turn to most often. I use this. I use their little bitty retractable ones for writing in my journal right now every day. So this is the one that I'm using to journal in my daily pages for February. I've got another gold pen down here. I've got some Papermate Flares from the Candy Pop line. And these are going to be your regular felt tip Papermate pens. I've got some more back here that are just in a different set of colors. I think this is more of the traditional set of Papermate Flares. These are my Zig brushable pens, and these are dual-ended. This is the pastel and the regular bright pack. This is a different nib, which is the writer nib, and that's going to give you more of like the highlighter look, sort of like your regular calligraphy pen nib on it. I don't use these a whole lot, but I do like them. This is the larger pack of these. They're going to have 2 tips on them as well. Let me show you one, for instance. Now, on one side, you're going to get a brush nib on both sides, and this one is called Cool Cucumber. It's one of the pastels. So you're going to get the same color ink, but in different shades. One side is a darker version of the ink, and the other side is a lighter version of the ink. Maybe with a pink or a purple, that would be a little bit more obvious, but, or if I didn't use a pastel. See, if you could see this, this is the really light side, whereas this is slightly darker. I mean, either way you go with this pen, it's English Lavender, it's a pastel, and it's going to be light in color, but this is your dark side, and this is your light side. So you get 2 different versions of the same color, a lighter and a darker, on each of these pens, and I do like that. I just haven't been using them recently. Alright, here we go. And then last, over here inside the case, I have my Staedtler Fineliners, which are very, very popular as fine liners for anyone who is writing in their bullet journal with felt tip pens on a daily basis but likes color, or anybody who likes to color in those little books. So these are Staedtler Fineliners. I think this is like the 36 pack, and that's just because it's what I had at the time, and that's what fit in this little travel bag. So I don't reach for these pens as much as I used to, because I used to travel a lot more, and I'll be reaching for them, I think, a lot more in the future, because I'm about to start traveling a lot more again. But I have sets of these in this travel bag and sets of these outside of these travel bags. I'm a hoarder. I have a problem. I have a pen obsession. There's a pen wall over there with nothing but a bookshelf of different types of pens. So this is definitely not an all-encompassing list of the pens that there are, or even the pens that I have. These are just the ones that I chose about a year ago to put in this travel bag, and so this is the ones that I'm going with today. Alright, now over here, these are the Pentel Feud Touch sign pens with the flex nibs. So these are your small tip brush pens, and watch out for these. I love these pens. Love, love, love these pens. They write fantastically. But there's a couple of things that you need to look at if you do not speak Japanese. There are 2 versions of these pens. One has this glitter casing on it, and one has a solid casing on it. The one with the glitter casing is the one that has the flex nib in it, and is the one that you want as a brush pen. The one with the solid housing on it is the one that is not flexible and not the one that you want. So just beware of that. The other thing is that these things can tend to be super pigmented and really, really juicy pens. So you definitely want to pen test these in the back of your journal, because above all of the rest of the pens that I have talked about in here, these love to bleed through paper. I've had these bleed through Leuchtturm paper and Scribbles That Matter paper before, because the ink was just so, it came out so quickly, and it is super, super saturated. So just be careful with these pens. Know and watch out for that kind of thing. I have some that are not as juicy as others and don't bleed. Some that I know are gonna bleed you because the ink just comes out so quickly. So just beware of those pens. These are a few more of my microns. I've got a regular everyday pen with a stylus on top of it. Got an extra little eraser here. My Tombow Fudenosuke pens are here. I took this one out to write with it the other day. You've got the hard tip and you've got the soft tip. The soft tip is the black and the hard tip is the blue. If you're having a hard time figuring that out, this is WS-BH. The H stands for hard tip, and this one will have the BS, and the S is the soft tip. So that's how you can tell those apart. And that is all. Yep, that is all of the pens in my travel bag. A couple of other pens that I really like and have been using here a lot recently. Let's move this out of the way. Goodness gracious, this is a beast. Oh, look at all my desk room. Okay, this is my Kelly Creates pen in black. Here is one in pink. She has a full line of small brush pens. She has a full line of Dream pens, which are your larger brush pens that are similar to the Tombow ends. Let me see if I can grab one. This is part of my giveaway right now, so I'm not going to open this, but these are her Dream pens. You get the large brush tip on one end and the smaller brush tip on the other end. It comes in a 10-pack. These come in a 10-pack. You can get the black separate as a 3-pack as well. She has several different options for buying her pens, but I am really enjoying the pens here. You can pick these up at your local Michael's. They are really nice. I have been using these daily. I also like the palette friction pens, and these come in a variety of different types and sizes. Here's some that I just happen to have over here in my cart. I have a mixed media cart that sits beside my desk with all of my favorite supplies in it, and this is in one of the containers hanging off the side of it. These are erasable, which is great for people who don't like to commit completely in ink. So all of these are erasable. This is your little friction end on the side, and you use that as the eraser. So this is a 07 for the nib. This is more of a bullet nib. There's your eraser for it, and then these are the highlighters. I really like these pens. I have heard some people say that in hotter climates the ink has disappeared on them because of the heat in the air, and that's part of what makes these pens erasable. Not something that I have ever had an issue with, and I mean, I live in North Carolina. It gets like 100 degrees here in the summer, but I also don't write with these super often, and I definitely don't write anything important with them, but I have never noticed them disappearing on me. That may or may not be an issue that you run into. I never had that problem. One other bag with goodies in it. This is my other bag, my other travel bag, and it's exactly the same as the first bag except for different markers. I'm telling you, I have a problem. So I just have a few non-essential markers in it. These are all of my Crayolas. These are the little fat washable ones. These are my Crayola Super Tips. This was a 50-pack. I have got some distress crayons in here. I have got some coloring markers. These are more like the alcohol markers, I believe, and not really suitable for a lot of bullet journals. They will bleed through. I cannot remember offhand because I don't really use them a whole lot if these are alcohol or water based, but most markers like this are alcohol based. Yes, this is an alcohol based marker. If you want to, another really quick tip, do not use alcohol based markers in your bullet journal. They will bleed. Alcohol bleeds through everything. Alright, these are my distress markers. They are really nice too. I love the inks and the different colors in this. You're not going to find colors like this in pretty much anything else. So I have some Koi brush markers down here that I really like. So they're also going to be comparable to the Faber-Castells and the Tombos as far as the brush nib. These are Staedtlers with the different bullet nibs on them. They're dual ended. You've got the fat end and then you've got the skinny end on these. These are my Wink of Stellas. That just gives a little extra glitter, glitz and glam, a little zhuzh to whatever you're doing. These are my Spectrum Noirs. I don't really use them a whole lot in my journal either. More frictions. Couple of random miscellaneous pens, compass sets, and a compass protractor and ruler set so that I could do mandalas. These are Copic multi-liners in the sepia tone. Got some more Pilot G2 pens, some more friction pens, and I think these are the little ballpoint looking frictions in a little thing. Anyway, there are some of the things. These are the pens that I reach for most often. The wall of pens over there is the pens that I reach for the least often. But I'm telling you, I have a problem. And I might need help. It's okay. So like I said, this is by all means not an all-encompassing list. These are all specifically based on my opinion of how certain pens perform. These are just the pens that I happen to like. If you have pens that you like, and I did not list them here, let me know down in the comments below, because if I don't have all the things, I need to buy more things, right? So let me know what your favorite pen is down in the comments below. I would love to join in the conversation down there. I think that is pretty much going to wrap it up for my pens video. I don't know how many more pens that I could possibly go through without boring you to tears. So I hope you enjoyed looking through some of my pen collection. If you would like a more inclusive tour of my pen collection, and if you would like to see all of the pens that I possess, let me know. Like I said, if you want a more in-depth look of any of the ones that I did show you today, if you want to see a pen test in different journals on any of those pens, let me know down in the comments below. But again, subscribe if you haven't already. If you found this video at all helpful, give it a big old thumbs up. And if you did not find it helpful and need to give it a big old thumbs down, let me know in the comments below why, so that I can improve this channel for you. I look forward to bringing you much more content. I like bringing you content that you want to see, and we're going to get started with the basic pages in the next how-to bullet journal video. So until next time, I will see you later. Happy journaling, everyone. Bye.